Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. This is the Honda HRV. HRV stands for High Rider Recreational Vehicle. It has nothing to do with Toyota. This is the key of the vehicle. This is to lock the car, this is to unlock the car, and this is to open the boot of the vehicle. Now this car comes courtesy of Lister's Honda in the UK to me. So a big thumbs up to them for giving me this vehicle to make a vlog on. Now straight away, let me show you the lights. These are all LED lights. They look really nice. This is of course the DRL. This is the fog light, and here you get front parking sensors. There's the towing hook. The grille is slightly different compared to the model which is sold in Thailand, and this is actually the indicator which has a dynamic swipe function, which is quite impressive actually. Straight away, let's open the engine bay. So it is available in 3 engine options. 1.5 NA similar to the City in India, 1.5 turbo, the one which is there in the Civic, and this is the 1.5 hybrid which produces a combined output of 131 horsepower and 253 Newton meters of torque. There's insulation there. The vehicle is on at the moment, but you can't hear it. So it's a full hybrid, which other terms, rather in Indian terms, is a strong hybrid actually. Now this one has a top speed of around 170 kilometers per hour, goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 10.6 seconds, which isn't very quick. From the side, it's a pleasing looking car. In fact, Honda India was planning to launch this car in India in around 2017. They also took quotations from vendors and then they decided it's going to get too expensive. Let's just bring the Civic instead, which was a blunder of course. The tire size happens to be 225/50 18s. I love the design of the alloy wheels. They look quite nice. In fact, there's this body side cladding, but there's no cladding instead. It's finished in piano black and then this silver lining on the lower half of the door. There's a request sensor on the front doors of course, but you know what? Rear door handle is actually hidden, which is kind of cute. You get a shark fin antenna, okay. It obviously gets a blind spot monitoring system as well. It tells you if there's a blind spot. There's no 360-degree camera or anything of that sort. You don't expect it either. Let's come to the rear. Okay, again, all LED lights, and this is actually the rear fog light. Here, you get the reversing light and has this continuous treatment. So it has this connecting light between both the tail lights, which is now the norm in most of the automobiles. Says HRV here. This is actually based on the Jazz/Fit. In fact, in the USA, the HRV is actually based on the Civic, where it is known as the ZRV. Okay, EHEV because this is hybrid electric vehicle. Honda logo has this blue tinge. You get a rear wiper washer. You get a roof spoiler with this nice extension as well. High mounted stop lamp, of course, and it looks quite nice from the rear. But Faisal Khan's fingers of truth. Really disappointed with this fake exhaust happening here, because the real exhaust is down right there. It gets this chrome finish. It has this, I think this is a reflector, and you've got rear parking sensors. There the engine actually kicked in right away because obviously it was on battery power. It's a very efficient car. This is where the fuel goes in. Okay, you have to open it from the inside. This is a self-charging hybrid, so you obviously do not have to plug it anywhere, and doors open decently wide. Okay, there's just a cup holder here, so it doesn't really have door pockets at the rear. And the seats are quite comfortable. You can see the recline angle is quite impressive. In fact, the material is also quite good. Isofix child seat mounts. You get a center armrest between cup holders, but you know it touches all the way down, similar to the City in India. But you get 3 adjustable headrests, which is quite nice. In fact, it has got plenty of space at the rear. Look at this, okay. There's good amount of knee room and leg room. Under thigh support is average. There's a pocket holder here, similar to the City in India. Again, magazine holders are big. Scooped out seat back, rear AC vents, some storage space here, 2 USB charging sockets as well. So rear seat is quite nice. In fact, headroom is not an issue at all, and there is a hook and a handle to hold on to. Spot lights, huh? That's kind of cool. Okay, height adjustable seat belts for the front, of course. You can see the dashboard design is quite nice. In fact, the Civic also has a similar dashboard. Dashboard looks fantastic in new Honda cars. Okay, now this is for the cooling duct for the batteries, because the battery is placed in the boot. Now this is a 60-40 split, so there you can increase the boot carrying capacity. This goes all the way down. To do that, I have to actually put this down. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god, it goes all the way flat, and this is the USP of this car, because one second, where is this? I'm struggling. Oh my god, I'm struggling a bit right now, but this can be put up. Yeah, check that out. So it has got the magic seats, which was there in the Jazz earlier, which improves the practicality of this vehicle, and quite a nice car. Yeah, I'm very impressed. It says side curtain airbag. It's got obviously 6 airbags and the likes. Let's get to the boot, which is very important because this has a decently big boot, which is kind of compromised because of the battery. So the battery is placed right below. You saw below. Oh my god, why is it shutting? Relax, I am here right now. Okay, you have this sun blind here on the top. Below here you have storage space, but below here is the battery positioning. But in spite of that, under-thigh support isn't that bad. It's not that great, but it's not bad either. Some storage space here, there's some storage space here. Light placement on both the sides. There's a hook as well, and it has got powered function to close the boot. That is kind of cool. Yeah, I don't expect such a feature to be there in a car of this size, but Honda has really loaded this car plenty well. In fact, there's the camera. It's making this sound right now. Anyways, let's get to the front. Request sensor here, and you don't have to press any button. You put your hand in, it will automatically unlock. Piano black finishing, you can see door pockets are big enough. Says HRV there on the carpet. There you can turn off the airbag, and you can decide how you want the AC to function, the diffuser treatment, or you can shut the AC vent. This is such a nice thing. Look at this. So reassuring. AC vent right there. It tells you if your passenger airbag is on or off. Yeah. It has got this sort of continuous AC vent treatment, but you don't have vents as such, which is there in most other cars. Glove box is decent size with a humongous manual, which is obviously for the owner's manual for the car. Okay, there's a USB charging socket right there. There's another USB charging socket there. There's some storage space here as well. Let's shut the indicators for a moment. Let me do one thing. Let me rotate and come back. But here it says airbag. Here it says airbag. Here it says no smoking. That's kind of cool. Anyways, here you get a mirror along with a light, and this extends till there. Meanwhile, okay, you have got a handle to hold on to, which automatically retracts. Same is the case here as well, which is kind of nice. This is an auto dimming mirror, SOS and all these buttons. These are actually for the connected car tech. So basically, you know how a strong or a full hybrid works. It's very simple. Basically, this car is never powered by the engine directly to the wheels. The engine, through a generator or inverter, actually charges the battery, which powers the wheels till 120 kilometers per hour. Beyond that, if the engine really needs to power the wheels directly, then it can do that. But in this way, there's less loss in terms of, you know, an ICE engine has more losses, transmission losses. This one has lesser because obviously electric has lesser losses, and thus it becomes more efficient. You can see sort of a coupe-like roof line as well. So the HRV is very revolutionary in many ways because it's a Honda car which is quite practical, yet it actually comes cheaper than the Civic. So it's slightly more expensive than the City in Thailand, but here you can say it's slightly more expensive than the Jazz, which is sitting in the place of the City because they don't have no City right here because City is an Asia specific model. Again, seats are very nice and comfortable. Door pockets are decent size. They're not really big. Okay. Yeah, you have got one touch up and down for all windows, but you know what, this doesn't go all the way down. So let me just shut this. Yeah, one touch up and down. That's kind of nice for all the windows. Okay, very similar switchgear to what we see in India. These are obviously the controls for the outside rear view mirror adjustment, lock and unlock the vehicle, piano black finishing, and there's leather treatment. So it's not full of hard plastics. No, not full of hard plastics. That's kind of nice. Again, I was telling you, beautiful way to control the AC vents, how they work, the fan speed and all. Not the fan speed, but the way the air comes out. You can just shut it. You can decide how you want to diffuse the air. Amazing. This pulsates when you do not turn on the car, so it's like blinking and all. It says power here. That's the engine start stop button. Lot of buttons here. This is to open the boot of the vehicle. This is for Honda sensing. This is for traction control. I think this is to demist the front windscreen if it's fogged up. This is for parking sensors, and this is for the headlight leveler. Now, steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rig. There's some instruction here which is to lower down. No one's going to read either. There you get a dead pedal, and obviously you only get automatics. This is to open the hood of the vehicle. This is to open the fuel lid. And the seat does not get electric adjust. It says side airbag here. So no electric adjust for the seats. That's a feature they could have added considering this car is loaded with so many features. Let's get inside. I like the way they've done a silver treatment here to break the monotony of the dashboard. But yes, it's finished in all black. Quality is actually quite nice. Hard plastics are lower down, of course. Now, design is such that everything is more oriented towards the driver, but it does not get a sunroof. Okay, in Thailand, it gets dual sunroofs. The front one opens manually, the sun blind, and I think it opens also, but the rear one was very funny because there was a panel you had to stick, you know, as a kya bolte hain usko, sun blind, and that panel had to be removed and kept in the boot. So that was very weird, which I saw in Thailand, of course. Now these are controls for the lights. We just turn them on for a moment. Here you get a mirror along with the light as well. Okay, this is a 9-inch screen, which is okay types. Honda screens are not that great, and same is the case here. We're going to get into reverse. This is the reverse parking camera. Quality of the camera is also average. Okay, you've got adaptive guidelines as well. You can obviously change the mode of the cameras. Again, very similar to what we see in India, but the camera quality is not that impressive. So we're going to come out of this. Here the usual things which you get, trip computer and all that data. It's not important at the moment, so just get out of that. Okay, now the thing is, this is the gear lever. There's a lot of piano black finishing here. This is the electric parking brake. There's a brake hold function, which is auto hold function, downhill assist and drive mode. There are 3 drive modes actually. There's eco mode, there is normal mode, and there is sport mode as well. Twin cup holders here. This has leather treatment, the center armrest, below which there's some storage space as well where the pen has been kept. This does not slide ahead or behind. In fact, it says road departure mitigation. So it's got ADAS functions, and here when I change the drive mode, it actually shows me that. Okay, you can see the background changing as well. So the thing is, the steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rake, obviously. And let's just put this. Okay, some effort is needed for the same. Steering wheel feels nice to hold. Again, leather treatment here. Now these are the controls for the audio system. This is for voice command. This is to get into the home. Yeah, home of this. So right now you can see it can show you power flow. It can show you, I mean, this is very similar to what we have seen in Honda cars in India. Range and fuel, yeah, it's similar to the one on the city. So you have got plenty of information here. Look at that expansive menu as well. So we're just going to get into power and charge. Okay, now this area is only digital, so it's a 7-inch screen. This is actually analog, and you've got multi-information display all over the place. Again, very similar to the city which we have seen in India. These are actually the controls for the cruise control system. So this is for the lane keep assist. This is for heating the steering wheel. This is for adaptive cruise control. So it has got ADAS functions, because of which I think there are going to be some cameras or something of that sort right there. It's a very impressive car. This car, if it was launched in India in 2017 or 18, it would have given a tough competition to the Creta. But Honda, being Honda, decided to bring the Civic instead, when very well they knew that the segment is dying of sedans. Now it has got heating function for the seats, yeah, but there's no ventilation here in the UK. Obviously, heating is more important than ventilation, without a doubt. Quality of Honda cars here is just something else. It's unbelievable how good the quality is. This is obviously for the hazard lights. These are the controls for the air conditioning. Again, very similar to what we see in the city in India. Air conditioning is actually a chiller, because the atmosphere outside is only so chilling. This seems like having a big panel behind, but yeah, still better than what I saw in Thailand, because it felt like a old TV. But this one is still good enough. Only thing is, the resolution is not that great. Let me do one thing. Let me actually turn off the car here. When I turn off the car, yeah, it's showing me that there's no one on the rear seat. I know that. Okay, let's open the door. Doors have this reassuring feel to it. Let's turn on the car. As soon as I turn on the car, there you can see this does a full swipe up. Honda logo comes here. And yeah, that's about it. That outside rear view mirror, that also moves. Yeah, you can see it's moving up and down depending if you get into reverse, just to show you a better view of what's behind. Tells me to agree whatever it wants to. So guys, this was a quick look of the Honda HR-V. I think it's a fantastic car. Very nice. It's also known as the Vezel. Yeah, it is known as the Vezel in certain markets, known as the HR-V, and it's got a ton of features. Thing is that it's not going to be brought to India anytime soon. Now, this car obviously looks very nice, no denying that fact. That red one looks even better. I think red color really suits the HR-V. And that's it. That's the end of the vlog. If you like it, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button. And also subscribe to the channel. Here in the UK, you get privacy glass at the rear, so you can see this. Okay, it's tinted right now. Overall performance and efficiency is fantastic in the HR-V. Come on, Honda, bring this car to India. We would be so happy. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. My eyes have been on the HR-V since such a long time. I truly believe that this car, if launched around 20 lakh price bracket, will certainly give Hyundai Creta, as well as the Kia Seltos and the Skoda Kushaqs and the Volkswagen Tiguans and everyone a very tough competition. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen, because Honda in India is Honda, unfortunately. Bye-bye.